Can I possess multiple licenses, or does everybody have to play?
Oh yeah, good question. So to become legal under the new regime, you would have to get a local permit and then get a state license. And there's 3 different regulatory agencies depending on what kind of activity you want to engage in.
Right.
So for cultivation. Which is growing plants, there's the California Department of Food and Agriculture, and they have a new division called Cannabis Cultivation Licensing. And it's a California agency in charge of cultivation operations.
Okay.
Then there's another agency in charge of manufacturing. That's called the Manufactured Cannabis Safety Branch in the Department of Public Health. And their job is to regulate manufacturers, shared use facilities. Manufacturers includes like extractors, like anybody doing oil extraction or doing ice water hash extraction, anybody making edibles, or
maybe in the canning process.
In the canning process, yes. I was gonna say that could be distributors.
Yeah, that's distributors.
I mean, yeah, that's more distributors. But manufacturers can do canning, and they can package, their manufactured cannabis products. And that's what we're seeing in the Department of Public Health. Gotcha. And then there's a new bureau in the Department of Consumer Affairs,
the third one,
and that's called the Bureau of Cannabis Control, and that's the primary regulatory agency. It has a new chief, and the chief is Lori Ajax. She used to be with the ABC, the Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control, and so she has experience in regulating intoxicants. And so basically, this Bureau of Cannabis Control is in charge of retailers, which is storefront dispensaries, non-storefront delivery services, something called microbusiness, which can be 3 out of the 4: cultivation, manufacturing, distribution, and retail. Also distribution. Distributors are the ones who transport cannabis from one licensee to another, but they can't distribute direct to consumers.
Gotcha.
And then finally there's the testing laboratories. All cannabis has to go through testing, and there is a maximum batch size of 50 pounds. And so the regulations are making it impracticable for people to pay the cost of testing for a small batch. It only makes sense if you're testing like a 50-pound batch.
Gosh.
And that's not helpful for like the artisan cultivators who are not producing 50-pound batches.
Yeah, that was the idea in the first place. Right?
And so these regulations are geared more towards like industrial, commercial size operations. And it's a shame that a lot of these regulators have just kind of like follow like what the lobbyists want. And of course the lobbyists are working on behalf of their clients, and who can afford a lobbyist? Big corporations. Regular mom and pop, they don't have the money for lobbyists. Even if you're a successful musician, do you have a lobbyist? You gotta be like next level rapper.
You have to be Walmart size.
Yeah.
That's what they want. That's unfortunate, because like you said, there's a lot of artisan, great people, companies with genetics who, like, it's going to be hard for competing with something massively sized on like a